Let's jump into a quick start on how to begin utilizing the Arizona NG911 address management solution. Assuming you've already downloaded the desktop template application from AZGeo, we'll go ahead and open the Pro project. With the Pro project now open, we can utilize the map ribbon and add data. Using the Add Data button, navigate in our folders to the local dataset we'd like to append or add to the template. Here we added road center lines and site structure address points. Next, we will need to append the local dataset to the feature class template provided in the address management solution. Utilizing the geoprocessing tool called Append, we can set the input dataset. In this case, we're using Graham County site structure address points as the input, and the target dataset will be site structure address point feature class template that is in the address management solution. For the field map type, we want to use the field map to reconcile field differences option, and in the field map window on the geoprocessing tool, we want to go through in any of the output fields that have a parentheses of 0, we want to check our local data source to see if we indeed have a match for this field. During this mapping configuration, we want to make sure all of the source data or local data is mapped to the appropriate fields used in the site structure address point template. We can now hit Run and let the process of appending begin. Now the append tool has completed, we will go ahead and remove the local site structure address point feature class. We pan to the area to see spatially and identify if the append tool correctly appended the data spatially. As you can see, the symbology and the labeling included in the site structure address point feature template have been applied to the data, so the data has correctly been appended. Additionally, we'd like to check the attribute table to confirm that the field mapping and schema mapping we did in the append tool copied over correctly. And as we pan across, you can see that everything made its way over to the template feature class correctly, and we can begin looking at road center lines. Utilizing the append tool again, we reassign the input dataset to the local Graham County road center line feature class as the target dataset. We utilize the road center line template feature class in the address management solution as the target. Again, we want to select the field matching type to use the field map to reconcile field differences. When we take time to review any of those output fields that have a parentheses 0 next to them, we want to be sure that we field map or configure the source data to the output fields, that everything during the append process makes its way into the template feature class. Now that we have reviewed all of the output fields and mapped any source fields, we will begin running the append tool. We will follow the same steps we did with the site structure address point by reviewing the attribute table and ensuring that the feature class template within the address management solution indeed has all the correct records and fields populated that we appended from the local data set. Go ahead and begin looking at editing utilizing the feature class templates, which now have our local data. Depending on how you have your panes configured with the Arc Pro project itself, you may need to navigate to the top of the Pro interface and select Edit ribbon. Then select Create Features button. I highly recommend adjusting your pane to represent or look similar to what I have here. What we're going to be doing is walking through the process of what it looks like to add address points now that you've plugged in your local data into the feature class templates. As you create a new site structure address point, we are going to trigger attribute rules that will populate certain fields based on the rules established in the data design. Due to the sophisticated nature of some of these attribute rules and the data design infrastructure of the address management solution and the feature class templates, attributes for the address point that have been added will be populated with an estimated address number based on the closest line, the closest road center line. The street name fields will also be populated based on that closest road segment. Always want to review the data that was added and adjust as needed. So let's go ahead and create a road center line in the address management solution. We select the road type that the new road will be, and we snap to the pre-existing road center line that will not only split where the two roads intersect, but reassign the address range for the previous existing road center line. And we can begin populating the attributes for the new road center line, beginning with the to and from address ranges, or the 100 ranges. These are theoretical ranges, and you will notice as I populate those address ranges and hit apply, the parity is automatically updated based on the variables here. Then I can type in the street name, select the street name post type or any of the NG911 street name attributes, and that will also trigger the automated population of the legacy street names in the correct format. Additionally, with the trigger attribute rules, we will begin populating other variables in records that align or overlay with feature classes that are included in the address management solution. This streamlines the process of not only creating new segments, but also populating attributes that are mandatory, optional, or conditional in the NINA GIS data model. It's very important that you do take the time to review the data that was created and confirm that it is indeed correct. For review, we learned to append our site structure address points, road centerline data to the template feature classes in the address management solution. Additionally, we learned how to begin creating road centerlines, leveraging the custom attribute rules and domains included in the Pro project. This streamlines data creation and management. We also learned how to create address points, harnessing the custom attributes and optimizing data creation and maintenance, while also improving the data integrity and conforming to next-gen 911 standards that have been outlined by NINA. For a more in-depth review of the address management solution, please review our Getting Started training video. Be mapping, everyone.